Every serial killer never says the same three things. He was quiet, kept to himself, never would have guessed. We treat that like a mystery. Like evil is supposed to announce itself, it isn't. It never does. Today I am breaking down exactly how an ordinary kids turn into that neighbors, not overnight but over years in a three specific stages. Stick around because by the end of this you will never hear he seemed so normal the same way again. Stage 1 starts small. A kid does something cruel, hurts something weaker than him, and nothing happens. No consequences, maybe worse, it feels good. A hit of control in a life that has none. Do that once, and it's forgotten by Tuesday. Do it again and again, with that feeling showing up just often enough to keep you chasing it. And congratulations, you have just built the most addictive pattern in a human behavior. A reward that shows up sometimes, unpredictably, hooks harder than one that shows up every time. It's the same thing that keeps someone glued to a slot machine. Expect here, the machine is cruelty and nobody is pulling the plug. Stage 2 is quieter and honestly creepier. Somewhere around age 5 or 6, most kids discovered something enormous. Other people are just as real as they are. Their pain is actual pain, not background noise. That discovery gets built slowly, years of being told no, being forgiven, watching some cry and feeling it somehow in your own chest. But that construction can just stall out. A kid raised in a simple isolation can grow up razor sharp, able to plan, to wait, to charm an entire room while that one specific piece never finishes installing. Other people stop being people, they become scenery, obstacles, and opportunities. And that's kind of terrifying that makes this story so hard to shake. Not that these people are stupid, they are not. They are just missing something the rest of us never even noticed we have. Stage 3 lives in the basement. Most of us carry a quiet voice that shows up right before we do something we shouldn't. A no that arrives before the thought even finishes forming. That voice isn't automatic, it's built mostly by whoever raised by you over years. If nobody steady was ever there to build it, nothing stands between wanting something and doing it, except math. Will I get caught? Can I get away with it? That's not a conscience, that's calculation. And here is the part that should never genuinely get under your skin. The darkness doesn't disappear just because no one deals with it. It grows in the dark, unwatched, and when it finally resurfaces, it doesn't come back as guilt. It comes back wearing a smile, calling itself normal, walking straight out the front door. Now, it would be easier to stop right here and call this a formula: bad conditioning plus missing empathy plus zero conscience equal monsters. Clean, mechanical, almost comforting, honestly, because it means there is nothing left to explain. But that's the lie. Because even in the most disturbing minds on records, there are almost always some flicker left. Some small, buried part that still knows exactly what it did. The flicker is the entire difference between a person and a machine. It means that even after everything, even after all three stages, there was still technically a choice. So before you start psychologizing your weird neighbor, here's the actual twist. Almost none of these on its own make a monster. Most people who grow up with exactly this ingredient never hurt anyone ever. This isn't formula, it's closer to lightning strike, rare, specific and dependent on a far more than we can ever fully map. Understanding this isn't the same as excusing it, it's the opposite. It is how you actually catch the warning signs early instead of standing on a lawn decades later telling a reporter he seems so normal. If this is the kind of thing that fascinates you, the psychology hiding underneath the headline, that's exactly what this channel is about. Subscribe because next time we are going to go even deeper how trauma actually revives a developing brain and why some people break and others don't. And drop a